Welcome back to the First World War, my armchair general friends. This is, of course, Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Strategic Command World War One. Well, what's your assessment on how, I don't want to say historically accurate, because at this sort of strategic and production level, obviously you make choices that are not historical, but historically reflects, I almost said simulates, but reflects the nature of the conflict presented. Meaning, how well does this system work for presenting World War I style warfare? You know, air power is not crushing or dominating it because it really wasn't then. No one was bombing. They really reacted to, say, the Zeppelin bombing in London because politically they had to, but it wasn't wrecking the city or anything like that. It was no blitz. But how well does this, in your mind, represent World War One? That would be an interesting to hear and know. Okay, been having so much fun with the East Front series. Been playing that more, but I want to see if I can take Paris. It looks like we're only like moving here, and we're only one hex or so away. And yeah, we need to push a little harder, I think, over here. But I don't know how well we can do that. Okay. Our sort of challenge right now is, of course, our front here, but I don't think we want to push there. It's been a little while since I've really played this. So, okay, wow, he can really move. So can he. Okay, well. Two. Okay, I figured there would be somebody here. See, they have 2 more action points, and it'll cost 2 to move to here. Okay. 3, 1, 1. We'll take that hit. Well, wrecked there. HQ. They're not core, but army level HQ. Okay, he can get reinforcements, so I think we want to do that. Yeah, looking at I sort of kind of think he needs to stay where he is. Right, well, we're doing actually for a west front first, or priority, or however you want to say this. Very well, I hear, actually. So I don't know whether I just lucked out, or okay, that looks like, not that I'm expecting to not take any losses, but the losses probably won't be heavy, at least compared to what they take, which obviously no losses, so that is a good result. Okay, right. Now, I'm itching to rush into here, but that I think is going to spawn a unit, and I'm going to try to do that invasion bit. Their naval invasion, pretend we're British. Now, thinking of the British, let's see if we can do the German thing here and come down on their supply lines, have our U-boat offensive, kick their butts, as it were. All heavily hitting hard, hopefully. Now we have lots of... Okay, you attacked earlier. Just looking for units that I can reinforce. Okay. And yes, definitely. You're right there on the edge, and so... remove... Okay, they're entrenched. We need to research better entrenchments. Although we are still being mostly offensive. We're going to eat up a lot of our MPP, but I think usefully. Oh, I gotta make sure he's entrenched. No, he's not entrenched. So, entrench. Okay, that's reinforcing is damn useful, but entrenching at that location is basically a requirement. Okay, well, now let's look at our production schedule currently. Okay, we are in August 7th to August 15th, so the next turn we will get a mountain unit for Germany, which we can send down and help Austria out. Very historical, that. In September we have more of the German army. Very good. Let's look. Okay, also we'll get an Austrian corps at the same time. Very nice. I think we could use another corps here for Austria for sure. That's going to suck up what was left of our MPP. Yeah, I don't want to spend all my MPP this turn. Okay, close. Let's look down here at our friends, the Turks. Okay, well, they are entrenched. At supply levels, okay, yeah, I think we can afford this. Are they entrenched? Yes, okay, the whole front line is entrenched. Yeah, we're sort of got these guys cut off. We didn't get cars in this playthrough, which is much more, shall we say, historical. That looks like that'd be a bad time for us. And we are entrenched, okay. Let's look and see if there's anything. Okay, yeah. You're not entrenched, so you should be. They can't quite be to the north of us, so we'll do that. Not that I really think they're going to get south. No, that horse might be able to come down. Take that. Okay, well. Let's look out here for Nothing really we need to do. But Germany, is there any reinforcements we need or should do? They'll probably get into there before we can, but that would be ever so lovely to cut these guys off so hard. But save our shots for later. I know I sent him back to get repaired, but he's going to come back up here and screen our forces because they are a bit unscreened. Is that a word? Unscreened? Oh no, I didn't want to do that last bit. Oh well. Okay. I don't think there's any reinforcements here to do for the Turks, is there? That we can do. Okay, and I really do need to start. Well, maybe with Germany now. Let's look at our research. Trench warfare we are doing already. Yeah. Oh, this is Turkey we're looking at. No, I don't want to look at Turkey. Boy, I almost clicked the wrong thing. Okay. Without reading that right, gotta remember which one I'm on. Okay, yeah, we are doing the trench warfare, airship development. Infantry weapons. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Okay, well, let's... Oh, we have these guys here. They can move. Okay. We do have a little bit to worry about with the Italians. Fleet. And hello. Like I say, we have a little bit to worry about with the Italian fleet. Rush back to port. You guys can come to another port, so let's move the battleships down here. You'll come up to this port. You'll come back to here. Heavy cruisers. A little bit of an ouch. Let's move you down. Oh, naval mines. Ouch, that really did hurt. Okay, Gamer, when will you learn not to push things too far? Okay, well, they're heavy cruisers, just dreadnoughts. Okay. I guess we really can't get you somewhere too safe. Okay, well, yeah, when will you learn? I don't know. Oh boy. Some naval air would be very useful down there. The loss of Minsk reduces Russian national morale. Very good. Okay, Commander of the High Seas Fleet, we have naval units placed that could more effectively sink merchant vessels shipping bringing supplies to the UK. If we were to stop following cruiser restrictions, commerce rating, they said we could authorize launch a campaign of unrestricted naval warfare against shipping off the coast. Now, my reading of, and I'm not a World War I expert. Am I a World War II expert? I don't know. I sort of almost think of myself as that, but I don't know really whether you would judge me as that. But my reading of the situation is unrestricted warfare really pissed off a lot of people, including the Americans. Now, the Americans, we have a strong social connection with Britain. It's gotten much closer during 2 world wars, but remember, at this point in 1915, we had fought 2 wars against Britain and no really allied situation. We had fought, of course, the Revolutionary War, the American War of Independence, however you want to call that, and then the War of 1812, which obviously is just about 100 years before. So there's not lots of like hard feelings because great granddad who was killed by the British. Yeah, most people really aren't that, pissed about that 100 years ago. It's more of a historical fact even within the family. Now, it doesn't endear you to, that great granddad was killed by the British or something. But it doesn't, normally enrage you at this point. So it wasn't nearly as strong a ties. Now, so what happens? Well, and I don't want to get into specifics, I'm going to show my ignorance level, but they started to do unrestricted warfare, pissed a lot of people off. Some incidents happened. The Germans pulled back from unrestricted warfare. They then, one, weren't doing so well at the submarine warfare, and 2, they weren't doing so well at the rest of the war, meaning they weren't, victory wasn't in sight. So they went back to unrestricted warfare, and the switching back to it was sort of the biggest cause, I think, of getting America into the war. Now, Wilson was itching to get into that war for multiple reasons already, but he had to bring along the American populace, and the American populace, places, I don't know, like New York City had fairly strong ties to Europe because of all types of European immigrants. I don't want to specify any country because it includes people that are on both sides of this war, and some of those that are, again, I'm not going to specify particularly so much, but caught on, sort of in the middle, I'm going to say sort of like, I don't know, Poles or some other group, they're not, Germany does sort of end up setting up a sort of free state of Poland or something, and got Polish volunteers or, to sort of fight the Russians, but they're not clearly represented on either side. So, that kind of city has lots of, people that were born in these other countries living there, lots of them, and then lots of others that, hey, mom or dad or both were born somewhere else, and, so that they still have very close ties to it. But you get into places like Tennessee, rural Illinois, you're not going to find many people with close ties to Europe. Say rural Illinois, because you have Chicago. Yeah, that probably has lots of recent immigrants in there. And, if you look at our Scandinavian immigrants that were, in the 19th century that had poured in and mostly went rural, unlike on some of the other European immigrants. Yeah, Scandinavia isn't in this war. So, you know, there's not a lot of people in America are like chomping to get into this war. Chomping at the bit is what I should probably say, and that's a horse biting its bit because it wants to get going. It's tired of waiting. But, you know, really isn't looking at that so much. But Wilson, for various reasons, wants to get America into the war. He could have avoided it even with everything Germany did. But I would like to keep America out of this war as long as possible. I don't know, but I don't think the mechanics of this game are going to be such that are going to let me win the war through a U-boat offensive. I look at it as something costing Britain MPP to make, you know, ships to protect itself, so forcing them to do that more than it is a situation where I'm actually thinking I'm going to win. So we're going to go no. We're going to play the more safe route. Yep, like I said, I thought they'd come here. Sort of surprised to see an artillery piece right there. Now those look like they may be spawned. Yeah, so we're blocking out developed technology. Good. So, very good. I wonder if those were all spawned, but via an event. Okay. You're supposed to dive. Didn't they tell you that in submarine school? Some of those ships look like they should have very little ability to sink submarines, so I'm not surprised that we're not having huge bad results. Heavy cruiser on heavy cruiser violence, and we didn't do so terrible, but that's probably gonna sink us. Yeah, likely. Okay. Oh, well, they retreated. Something unlike the submarines, and that will finish that off. Okay. Shore bombardment. Useful, but not going to be terribly effective unless you have something else to follow up with it. Not saying that the person or the AI, yeah, the way they moved away, I'm pretty sure that was an event spawn. Maybe it's, whether it's Minsk or getting close to Divinsk or wherever that is. It looked like it flashed up to there. Is that going to disrupt my naval invasion? We will see. I don't know what it's thinking going to there. Hopefully we'll be able to push here. We got that one good core, some of the horsey cores. Some people don't like when I do that sort of, I don't know, that we've got the, I don't know what number this is, the 7th Cavalry Corps and the 8th Cavalry Corps. They want more serious. I don't know. Some of it's stylistic, and they're not wrong. Yeah, I don't know if they can get across those mountains to cut me off, because they don't really have road access effectively. But I wanted to get to the port and cut in deep into their rear. Okay, they're sort of scouting those locations, I gather, to see about doing an offensive. No artillery backup. Looks like they'll survive because they can maybe swap out one more unit, I think. Yeah, good. They weaken them a whole lot. Okay. Good thing they're entrenched. This looking a little dangerous here. I was hoping that by them doing this I was going to get a chance to... Yep, that looking very dangerous. Oh, we may have an Italian front collapse. So far, I'm only really worried about the Italian front here. Meaning I'm not worried about the Western front or even out here. Definitely not the Eastern front at this time. Don't like that my Navy's getting munched, but whatever. Price rises trigger wave of strikes in Russia. Central powers disrupt convoys, yes. Entente units north of the blockade Germany. Blockade Germany. Russian national morale falls below 50%. Kaiser Karl, the 6 armored cruiser sunk, right? Okay, so all those submarines, 13, 12, 13, sunk there, so that's 38 MPP lost to them, the Entente naval units, right? Okay, light cruiser for Germany. Yeah, I figured it'd need to be over here. Let's put you there. And mountain troops. Well, let's see. Where can we go with you? We're going to put you here. And Hungarian Corps. We can put you right there. Very good. We needed to... If that hadn't taken such a pounding there, this would have been a good sort of thing. Okay, but what we're going to do here now is save this. Because just even if it just quote unquote misclick, let's do 1, 2A actually. All right. I don't want to ruin a whole thing over a misclick. Okay, those don't look like positive attacks. Neither do that. Okay, well, we might though be able to munch that. That we want to see about reinforcing, but I think they're cutting our supply off. Right, okay. Okay. Now that's damn, we're not going to be able to reinforce that. Can we swap that out? Yes. Okay, so now we have that in there. Still can't reinforce it, but nor are they going to be hit by too many multiple units. So I was worried a bit about that. Now here, let's... Okay, so they have a core there, or an HQ there. No, undo that. Oh, come on. Can't undo this. Oh well. Whatever. Casualties. I'm going to go back and redo this. Okay, I'm just now experimenting here. Okay, yeah, I don't really care about that MPP. Okay, so let's go in and quit. Yes to this. Load single player. Okay. Now, what do we do with this? So I'm worrying about... Okay. Let's look at this. Take a little longer to get there, which may weaken the unit. Just worried about a port and any sort of looking for submarines if there's any out here. I don't know that there are, but I just don't want to be sunk by one. Let's see if we can up here in Revel in Estonia. We'll see about landing there. Okay. Because I want to get a port that, because they moved, I think, the HQ that spawned here up to there. Now, over here, let's see, what can we do to mess with these guys? We want to get to Paris, of course. We had been doing an admirably good job of pounding these guys. But we've got... okay. But we basically lost forward momentum. Yeah, I know I have not used air power and I have a reason for that sort of thing. Okay. Ooh, that looks good. That looks even better. Yeah, I think actually killing the unit is more important than doing more damage to another unit. Now here, this will of course need to be maxed out no matter what else we do. So we're holding down the right. I know I keep saying I want to move on that right, and I do, but it's just getting very hard to swap units out and push there. So what we can see about doing though is, now they're sitting in a fortress, so they're not a good target. These guys aren't sitting in a fortress, so they are a reasonably good target. But most of this stuff is exhausted. Most of these units, like here, if they were all up to strength, we would be able to push very hard. Okay. We're going to attack here. Boom. Yeah. They got their defensive artillery. Boom, boom. Okay. Oh, I don't know that that's a good move. Because I think now we want to see about taking down that unit. So let's swap this out here. That's not that good. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to attack with that. And then reinforce here to the max, because they're of course exhausted. But they've weakened here considerably. for hopefully light casualties only, but another core, so that's 3 core killed for a loss of no core, and probably nothing so weak that they'll be able to, you know, kill it. The weakest thing there is an 8 along that front. Okay. Now. Okay. Is that dug in by any chance? Nope. These guys are living dangerously. No, you're digging in, or you're dug in, but you're getting reinforcements. Not quite as good as I'd hoped. Not quite dead, but still. And there you go. Shattered. Okay, that's 4 cores shattered. Again, for no full core losses, it looks like. I hope they'll be able to survive. Some of these I'm sort of more sure of it. 2-2. Okay, not very good. You max out. I think they'll most be able to attack with 2 core against that detachment. Okay, up here though. Ooh. Okay. I can't even dig in. Okay, this is still somewhat dangerous there. Wow, okay. They didn't do a whole lot. Not necessarily that they had a whole lot to do, but Okay, well, our not so successful naval operations. We will move you up there after that loss. I hoped it wouldn't take that big of a hit, but well, I guess it did. You go up there, your submarines, you're sort of hard to spot in the port. Okay, well. Well, taking these, of course, will hit Russia hard, and yeah, that first. And that. Yeah, I guess that. Okay, that got it. Yep. Right. These guys attack? Oh, yes, they did. Okay, these guys have not. That would take all of our movement points. They have not, and they could probably get there and attack. So, let's see. Can we take this out this turn? Taking out a fortress, I know that is not meant to be easy. Oh, so close, so close. Well, at least they are completely cut off, which of course is useful. Oh, very good. And we'll move you right back into there. I know we could have moved up one of these other units, but I'm hoping to push forward with some of them. Okay. I think the AI is focused heavily on the Turkic front. This match here. That was very useful. Well, I know it said that we didn't actually lose any. Just sort of willing to take that to hopes that I get. We'll think about this. We'll think about this. Yeah, I know we did this once before. Ouch. Swap those. They can. They already are entrenched. Okay, who isn't? They're not entrenched. These guys, okay, they can't re-entrench, but these guys can entrench. Let's rotate this way one. Present a solid front. probably should see about reinforcing him. The more reinforced, the better off. Okay, we're going to just starve you out for another turn, I think, here. Hope we're doing that well. Okay. Now, over here. None of those look terribly... Well, that's a little more useful against that core there. Okay, well here... Let's see, well, just 8, but that is a nice little improvement. Let's see if we can damage you enough. No, that really wasn't quite what I was hoping for. Since we already damaged you, let's go. Okay, well, what's happening out here? I guess not much. I guess we're just going to sit there with our navy there. Now up here, okay, well, we're not doing that naval landing at Riga, so... Well... Yes, enemy contact. I figured, oh damn, that hurt a lot more than I thought it was going to. Yeah, I figured there's somebody there. I don't know whether I should move to there or not. That's cutting supplies to some degree. Ooh, that looks even better of an attack. But we want to concentrate on one place, so... Yeah, look, we're trying to form a pocket here, so let's see if we can take this out. Yes, there would have been a good argument to start with one of these and see if the luck held, but... As we see, it reasonably well did. And I know they still have that railway to get out to here. They've already attacked, of course. We're doing this on the cheap. You can see how light our forces are. We're doing rather well. Okay, yeah. Risking the army group HQs, aren't we? I know we still need to take that this turn. Push on them, push, push, push. Okay, well, not gonna move him quite yet. Yeah, we have that, so we'll do that. You can entrench, yeah, that's a good. guess that's just quote-unquote stirring up trouble. Making the AI go, hey, territory, we need to protect. Okay, you're fairly weak, so let's see, what can we max you? Yeah, we can max you out to 10. Yeah, you're artillery firing in your own defense. Okay, good. That's just sort of nailing in the coffin that they aren't getting any reinforcements that direction. Okay, we don't need to risk too much here. We're doing too well to risk too much. Oh damn, I didn't want to do that. Oh, well, maybe I did. Now that I see the strength of the unit. I just don't know that my Zeppelins really have a much effective use. So I have not been using them. Okay, yeah. Let's look at units here that we should reinforce, could reinforce. Although I want and maybe even need more. Right now we are also looking at, that's sort of my danger unit there. Our unit in danger. We did such good work clearing out so much of that front. Let's move you up here maybe. Okay, well, I think we're gonna have to wait till next time to see how the Entente's turn goes, so come back. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Of course, like videos, make comments. Love hearing from you. See you next time for more historical gaming.